Alright, it is Friday, April 23rd, 2021. This is my favorite trail here in Redmond, Washington. It's my second weekend after my break from dating. I had, wouldn't say a bad experience, but I wanted to reset my thoughts about the whole subject in my head. Take a break from it and make an actual apples to apples comparison. And I'm a little disappointed about something though. We got a solar eclipse coming up in June. Now, last December, I went to Vantage, Washington to view the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. And I was very disappointed about some injustices in our society. Go back and watch that video. And I had hoped that because of all the attention brought about on blacks, on Asians, that singles could be next. Because you turn on the news every time, COVID-19, black families, right? I bet a lot of single black men also get murdered in the same way that George Floyd did. They don't get a whole lot of attention, right? Even the trial had to mention was it his former girlfriend or something like that? Even the trial had to mention that, right? The fact that he's in a relationship, like, why does that matter? Why does that matter? I mean, his family, okay, maybe, especially because there was also a civil trial. Okay, I get that. But they even had to point out that he was in a relationship. That really bothered me. Now, at the conjunction last December, see, when I went to Vantage, Washington, a lot of people there. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus correctly. The lighting throws it off a little bit. Now, a lot of people went to Wild Horses Monument, which is where I viewed the conjunction as a family. Now, I was in a mess that day because I had to work the following day. You got to remember, back in December, it was very difficult to find any public place like a Starbucks where you could just sit down and plug in your computer, right? So I was plugging my computer into the car and then running it so I could work remotely. And then I got to look for Wi-Fi. And to top it off, my car broke down. And I'm racing all around trying to figure out what to do next. See, and then it dawned on me that all the families out there, I bet if it's a family, they have kids, that the parents would probably tell their work, hey, I want to take my kids to go see a once-in-a-lifetime event. I bet that would instantly sail, right? But for me, it didn't work so well. I think in the months since then, I mean, certainly we haven't gone backwards on that. I don't see a whole lot of progress on it. You turn on the news, when was the last time somebody was single and they were dying of COVID-19, right? You don't see a John Doe in the emergency room dying of COVID-19. It's somebody, the nurse has to hold up the phone so that they can talk to their family members. They're communicating over Zoom. There are a lot of people who are contracting COVID-19 through their work, right? They have essential work to do. Even then, it's a family member who has to tend to them or something like that. Don't get me wrong, I care about family, but I also love my single life. You see, it's not as big a problem anymore, but I used to be a big sucker for spending all my money on the girl. To give you an idea, many, many years ago, I would date and then I would spend some time being solo sexual like I am right now. When I was dating, I was constantly worried about money, right? Not only money for the next date, but money to pay my bills. Do I have to live in my car? How am I going to keep gas in my car even when I'm living in the car? And oh my God, Friday's coming up. I don't have money to go on a date. Okay, and then I break up with her and I become solo sexual. Oh my God, I'm having the best time of my life, and I still have money in the bank account. I used to go through phases like that, back and forth, and it really highlighted the big cost difference in being solo sexual and having a relationship with the girl. I was doing more things that I actually liked. I didn't compromise, and I spent a whole lot less money. And Go watch my videos from years ago. Anytime I had a place to actually live, I was probably solosexual, right? Times when I was crashing in my car, probably the girl was spending all my money, right? Anyway, so this past year and a half, you could say I had a K-shaped kind of recession, right? My own personal happiness is on the up, but my acceptance in society is kind of going downward, because everything in the current events revolves around family, right?